Did you push play? Let me hold my stomach in. Yeah, move your elbow.
I hope they're not ashy.
Hey, I'm trying to see. You see, you hope they ain't ashy.
Not.
Lord help a Lord.
Alright.
All right, I'm trying to
So
get in here.
what we're doing right now is we're waiting for some people to tune in. So if you're here, you have Facebook, you can share it onto your page. You need a charger?
I do, but I gotta do this.
Okay.
Hey y'all, I'm trying to see who tuning in. How y'all doing today? God bless you. This is the Sunday edition of Tea Time with Kema Jay.
It is not Sunday.
Well, we acting like it. Act like you got to go to church.
Look,
Hallelujah.
we got Miss Barbara in here.
Hey, Miss Barbara.
Miss Barbara Brown. We got, who else?
I'm Big Drew. We got Victor Vic in the building. We got Phil in the building. We got Flo in the building. What's up, y'all? Flo, I didn't know you had a Facebook. Look at God.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Didn't he do it? This lady got this scarf on like this one time. God bless her. Hey, y'all. I can't see who. Oh, say I'm watching. Who else is watching?
Who is here?
We got 2
I don't
viewers.
see
I'm
them.
one of them.
Okay.
So how y'all doing today? So y'all come on, hurry up and tune in. Let's get it. Somebody said something. Let me share this.
All right, I'm still
Tune in right now. Hallelujah.
Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in. Tip is
Yeah.
here.
Oh, Tiff Cobwell in the building. What up, Tiff?
Hey everybody who
We
is
got 5
here.
people watching. How y'all doing today? God bless
Please
y'all.
share this live.
Thank y'all for coming in today. Tiff, use your sanctified voice for this one. Hallelujah. Inchworm is in the building. Hello, Sister Phillips.
Hey.
I'm calling y'all all by like church names today.
Okay, look at you.
Sister Phillips is in the building today. Hallelujah. Evangelist Tiffany. Look, I got the whole name. She's going to be mad. Did you just call me Tiffany? Hallelujah. Minister Worship is on here today. How you doing, Minister Worship? God bless you today. Thank you. God bless your ministry, brother. We are so proud of you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Drea, how you doing today? Prophetess Drea, hallelujah.
You're so silly. Is this what you deal with every day when y'all practice?
I'm
We don't
very
always
mild
see.
mannered.
Right, we don't see this
Very
Drew.
mild.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
We
more
see
of
the
a,
quiet Drew.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I could see the quiet
Oh,
Drew.
I
okay.
wish I could see the quiet Kema Jay. Hallelujah. All prayers don't make it to the throne.
You are so petty.
What's up, y'all? Hey, what's going on, everybody? We want to just welcome you guys to Tea Time with Kema Jay. We're interrupting a regularly, I said that all wrong, right? Scheduled programming here to teach you guys about something that's going to be really, really awesome, really exciting that you guys need to make sure you come to, okay? So you guys want to stay tuned as we get started here. Let's see who we got here today. Now you guys are getting a different Drew, see? That's right. You got to know how to put on different hats.
You know, that means that he fake.
Yeah, I know.
Yashin wants to be an evangelist. I see it. Yashin, you probably want to be a praise dancer too. He takes the things that you do in the world and uses them in the kingdom. Oh, that was funny to me. Y'all had to get that. Y'all had to know. But thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to get started in just a moment here. We're really blessed. So Phil's getting everybody. Phil Myers is here. How's it going, Mr. Phil? Are you guys ready to meet this cast, guys? We're about to talk about this play. It's about to go down. I know y'all saw the commercial last night because Kema was over here and she had her little hair all curled up. She like, Kema Jay. Yes.
You know what? You are such a hater.
It's going down. What little sign did you just put up?
Who is that?
Yashin, it was like a little breast cancer sign, but it was purple. What was, do that again, Yashin? I never saw that one. Yashin, you must got a lot of viewers because they just gave you your own little joint. How'd you do that? That's nice. You go on there, Yashin. See, when you get up to 3 subscribers, you get this. That is nice.
You're so
All right, we got 9 people in here. 4 of them is us, so make sure y'all share this live.
Okay.
It's going down. Y'all ready? That wasn't you? I thought it said Yashin, but one of y'all got the little special thing that came and floated up. I like how I do that. Y'all send us some hearts, y'all.
You know what? He need his glasses because he's just starting to see stuff and get delusional. Now it's time for you to go.
Yashin is crying. She's in the spirit.
You're so funny. Thank you all for tuning in to Tea Time with Kema Jay. And of course, I am Kema Jay. To my left, I have Miss Barbara Brown.
Hey.
To my right, I have your love. I have Mr. Andrew Gaston. also known as Big Drew, Fat Lives Matter, whatever you want to call him.
That's right.
He's
just don't
doing
call
too
me.
much, so we're going to have to release him
Well,
right about now.
They done sat me down.
But
I'll be back.
we're going to hear from Drew a little bit later. So if you are here, please share this live. And we're going to bring on someone else, and her name is Flo. So she'll be here 1 second. There you go.
Hello.
Hey everybody. Hey Josh. So before we get into everything, I want you all to introduce yourselves to Tea Time. So if you want to start first, Miss Barbara.
Okay. Hi, I'm Barbara Brown. I am the director, CEO, producer of this upcoming play. I'm also the president of Highway Productions, LLC.
And I'm Flora Williams, her sister. I'm a director, I guess that's enough, of Highway Productions.
Okay. So what do you do outside of Highway Productions?
I'm retired, so basically that's what I do.
Oh,
Besides
okay.
serving the Lord and doing things in the church.
I'm trying to
Hallelujah.
get like you. I need to be retired too. So, Miss Barbara, can you kind of tell us how you started, writing plays and getting into your own production company?
Well, like most people, I kind of started while I was at church. I used to dabble a little bit. When we moved away, I moved away, of course, with my husband, like most of us do. And was lonely, started writing, missing my family, and just kept writing. We started in church. From the church, I went on and said, well, let me put this out for more people to see. So I started putting out plays and got a host of friends, and away we went. Just little bit by little bit, play by play. And was out getting kind of popular. Everybody said that I'm the next Tyler. Hey, Tyler.
I know that's right. So, kind of tell us about your first play. How was that? Because, writing a first play can be very intimidating. Once you get into it, you get a little bit more comfortable. But tell me about your first
The
play.
writing, I guess, and it's like I can even remember, girl, my first play. It wasn't really so intimidating. It's because I just write. And even now when people ask, I just write.
So it's natural.
It's right. It's
Okay.
natural. I mean,
That's a gift.
I just start, I pray,
Mm-hmm.
and I ask Father, just let me, whatever I do, let me glorify you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let me put no junk out there for you, because I don't believe in putting junk out for you.
Right.
And I just start, and just like Fighting Thru, next thing I know, it's finished.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, I used to stay with Flora, and like she'll tell you, in the middle of the night,
Yes.
I'm up writing.
All you hearing is ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
And,
I'm like,
uh,
okay, she's in there writing another play.
So it's like the hardest thing sometimes is getting people to play.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do it a little bit, but then everyone's scared.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they're like, okay, well, you mean I'm going to be out in front of people? Yeah. And,
It's a
and they
play.
was like, well, it's easy for you. No, it's not. I've acted in one play.
Really?
And because when I was in school,
Okay.
and we put the play on, and I had to go on first.
Mm-hmm.
So that's similar to what I'm doing with Victor. And I was like, I gotta go on first? I gotta open for everybody? And they was like, yes, you do. I'm like, okay. So once you get out there and you start, it's easy. No, I'm sorry, take that lie back. It wasn't.
Wait, Miss Barbara, how you gonna say that and you only did one play?
See, now, she had me in a couple plays.
Okay.
And she kept telling me, go in, you can do it. She pushing me out there. And really, when you get out of there, you're out of self.
Okay.
And you just start, reading the lines, it start coming to you.
So it starts to flow, like
Yes.
flow.
Yes.
Flow. Right. Well,
But,
that's
okay.
awesome. So, I guess with your plays, what are your expectations? What do you hope to get out of your plays when you're putting them on?
To win souls for God.
Okay.
Yes, through
I mean,
theater.
Right, through
Okay.
theater. And that's truly what it's all about. It's like, so far, and God is so good, there hasn't been a play that we have put on yet that someone hasn't come up and said, that's my life. You
Touched my
touched me.
life, yes.
And that's the biggest, thrill I guess you could get. I mean, most of the time I don't really take it right then, because I'm like, after a play, it's like we're through. It's like I just sit down in the chair like, oh, Father, hope that you please, and that's it. But it's when I hear someone tell me that you touched me, you know, and a lot of times, like, as a woman, this is only my second play about men. But to hear men come up and tell me, how did you know? That's my story. You touched my life. And that it means a lot. The first play that I wrote for men was, in a sense, dedicated to my brothers.
Okay.
And to hear others say, that's my story, that's my life, that meant the world to me right there. But every play I've ever written, someone has come up and said, that's my life. So to me, that's a testimony to God, is that we're writing something that touches others.
So how many plays have you written?
Oh my God, since I've been back home, because I got back home in 2012, and I started writing up here in 2014, I've written about 13 plays.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, they just start coming out, and I'm like, okay.
So do you help her with any of the writing? You're her sister. Are you the big sister? Or
I'm the younger sister.
Okay.
And I don't really help her with it. Sometimes I will help her to title it, to title the play. But as a whole, when she gets done, she'll let me read and say, what do you think? And I may give a little input, but as a whole, like I told her, that's what the Lord gave you. So evidently, that's what He wants to be out to the people.
Okay.
So I don't really, say a whole lot, because basically, as you're reading it, it starts flowing.
Okay. So are you kind of hands-on with the actual production of the play? Like, what is your role in the play?
Oh, well, my role is like when we're out there and we have the actors, and the actors are going through, I tell them, give a little bit of emotions here, or, okay, you need to do a little, so really kind of like an assistant director, I'm kind of doing a little bit like that.
Okay.
And then a lot of times, if she can't get anyone, like in the last play, then I went out and I went on and did it. I was scared at the time, but like I said, everyone came up and said that, glory be to God, I did good, so I give it all glory to God.
That's awesome. And I know that's kind of like, you kind of put yourself on the spot, maybe stepping out of your comfort zone.
Yes, definitely.
Sometimes you come into challenges with things that you're not comfortable with doing, but even when you're used to doing something, you can come into challenges. So with that being said, what are some of the biggest challenges you've seen or that you've experienced with doing these plays?
Getting people, that's
Oh.
true.
And one was directing the all-male play. Men talk about women, but I tell you that testosterone that was going. It's like, I can do this, and no, I can do this, and that was hard.
Okay.
Because before the play that we directed, that it was men and women, some kids, and it wasn't as bad.
So it's a little bit more diverse.
Right. But when you have an all-male role, it's something.
And see, we're going to talk to these men because we're going to figure out what it was like. Because like you said, they always talk about women. And they say women are this and women are that. But they keep it real low-key with them. So the shade is real, okay?
Yes, it is.
So I know you talked a lot about, winning souls for Christ, which is an awesome thing. And it's amazing. So I get that most of your plays are faith-based, correct?
They are. And I always tell everybody, even though I've written some that are funny and comedic, that there's always a thread of religion running through them. Although I have to give my professors credit, they tried to beat it out of me, but I told them Christ in me was stronger.
Okay.
So it's always a thread running through it.
Okay, so your genre is always, faith-based, but it could be, comedy, or it could be, different types of genres, but it's always going to have that backbone.
Yes.
Okay,
always.
okay.
Yes, indeed.
So, kind of just tell me what goes into getting this play together. We know that you got to find actors and actresses. You have to write it up. There's direction, but like hands-on, what all goes into creating a successful play?
A lot of rehearsal.
Okay.
A lot of patience. You constantly making sure that the people will make it to the rehearsals.
Okay.
And that's kind of hard too. At this point, we're very small production, highway productions, and finding a place to rehearse.
Okay.
Then we also have to go out and locate a place, because we just don't do theater. We also do dinner. So most of our productions is dinner theater.
Okay.
So we have to locate a place that we feel will do good by the food. Because we as a people, we want good food.
Right.
You know, you can't go with the
We like to
you know,
eat,
vegetables.
okay?
Thank you. Okay, so we have to find
Yeah.
that place also.
Drew likes to eat too, just so everybody watching.
So that's some of the things. Barb, can you think of some of the others?
Well, basically, you touched on most of them, and being faithful,
Mhm.
Yes.
because you need the people to be faithful. Once you commit, stay committed. The most things about, I have to say us as a people, and that is commitment.
Mhm.
You know, they'll commit, and then they'll let everything else come up.
Okay.
And so what I have to tell them is that this is almost like a job. Once you give your word, be faithful
Mhm.
to it.
Right.
And, you know, at least show up for rehearsal, because you can't get serious the last 2 weeks.
Right.
And then
That's
say,
true.
oh God, I missed this, I could have done better. Had you been there, had you did that 6 weeks ago? Yes.
Right.
So that's the main thing right there, is having the commitment.
Okay.
Now I have some that are faithful,
Mhm.
that are there. They beat us there sometimes.
Okay.
But you know, that's the main thing. But all in all, and I don't want to sound like it's all negative, because God has sent me really some good people.
Yeah.
I still talk about him, but he has sent me some good people that so far we've turned out. The comment is we turned out some good plays,
Okay.
and so therefore I have to be very, very proud of them.
And as
That's
highway
awesome.
production, we think of ourselves as a family.
Yes,
Mhm.
we really
You
do.
know, we try to be there for each other. You know, when one hurts, the other hurts.
Right.
So that's one good thing about highway productions.
Okay. So now I want to kind of get into the actual play. So I'm gonna have Drew I want to talk to the characters.
Okay.
But Miss
Okay.
Barbara, I want you to stay.
Okay.
Because I do have another question for you,
Okay.
and then I want the cast members to kind of join in and chime in. So while
Okay.
we're doing that and we're transitioning, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in to Tea Time with Kema Jay. I am here with Miss Barbara Brown and the cast for Fighting Thru. You will get to see the castmates. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. We're talking about their stage play that's coming up. So we're going to get into the actual play. So I got a few questions. So while you're here, please share this live. And thank you for tuning in. So, oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me shout everybody that's here. Hold
Shout
on,
out!
Yes, please.
We got Kaylee, Hannah, Josh,
Pastor Josh in the building.
Pastor Josh is not going to mess with me today, so thank you. We got Mia, Rayanne, Darnell,
Hey, y'all.
Nene. Hey, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Shelby is here. EJ,
Yeah.
Erica, Elder Tanya. Thank y'all for tuning in. Share this live. I really appreciate your views. So, Miss Barbara, you seem to be doing really good, though.
Well, thank you.
You are very comfortable from what I can see. So I just kind of want you to tell me about the play. Don't go into too much of the characters because I'm going to have them kind of tell them, but I want you to give me your idea, your inspiration behind this specific play.
Okay, well, the main interest, I think, or the main reason behind this play is that, like I told the people earlier, I previously only completed one play regarding men.
Okay.
And at the time, I had so many people there say, are you doing a part two? Are there, one guy told me, he said, do you know you've done the only, forget the grammar people, little nerves here, that you've done the only play using an all-male cast here that he's ever seen. I said, are you serious? And he said, yes. And he said, well, what made you do it? Because women wouldn't do these plays justice. They would, because we have some of the same issues, but
Right.
not the way the men would.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wanted it, and that was the main reason why I did it. As we was trying to get the people in here, as always, I could get 2 men, then I could get 3 men, couldn't quite get that 4th man.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'll make it a woman. And it's funny, men are like, no, it can't be a woman. I'm like, yes, it can, we can play it. It was like, no, you need to find another man. God is good. Andrew, Sinners Field, that was our 4th man.
Okay.
So, I has
Shout out
yet
to
been
you,
a
Phil.
time that whenever I ask the Lord if I'm ever having trouble, I said, Father, I said, I need that ram in the bush.
Mhm.
He's always been there with that ram in that bush. So the reasoning behind this play was I just asked the Lord for a play. I wanted to play dealing with men's issues. And we have Fighting Thru.
All right, that's amazing. And you know what? I'm glad that you explained your inspiration behind all male cast, because I'm gonna just tell y'all, if it was me, it would just be to expose the men, because they're always hating on us women.
Because you're still possessed with the spirit of pettiness. Let's cast that out.
Okay, do we hear a play?
Hallelujah.
So, no,
gonna-
you sit here. Miss Barbara, I'm gonna have Victor come
stay.
over.
Great, okay. I'm gonna leave this here just in case for the information you would ask for.
So, I don't think all of y'all can.
No.
Drew, scoot over some. Can you scoot over just a little bit? I just want to see if we can. You know, it's a little tight in here, but it's okay.
That's okay.
Phil, and
You
we're
got
gonna try
Phil
to get.
coming up here?
Yeah, Phil is coming.
You said Victor.
Thank you.
Oh, you helping her? Oh, okay. You know, because I was like, what is Phil doing? No. That's okay. We're going to have you come back. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All eyes on me.
Phil don't even know what he just did.
Yeah. God bless him.
It's okay.
It's fixed.
Yes, fixed.
How
Thank
y'all
you.
doing today?
All righty.
That's
So,
right.
right now, I got Victor to my left, and I
Come
got Andrew to my right.
My name is Big Drew. That's right.
Okay. I have Andrew to my right, Big Drew. So I just want y'all to tell me about your roles in Fighting Thru and how you all work together. And then we're going to hear from Phil, too.
I'm Victor Maddox. I play Lester. And also I have a son that's going through a drug addiction.
Okay.
So
Who's your son?
my son is Juan.
Okay. Juan's not here.
Well, Juan is the son.
Oh, Juan.
Phil, you can't tell?
Phil.
You know, I thought it was him because he
We
reminds
cast
me.
it based on reality.
Yeah, he reminds me of someone going through.
Okay, Phil played the character of Juan.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to reach out to my son because I had addiction myself. I got cleaned.
Okay.
So now I'm trying to help my son get clean.
Okay. All righty. And then you want to tell me about your role in an overview?
My name is Big Reg from the west side. No, my name is Reggie, y'all. There are 3 brothers in the play. I am the oldest of all of the brothers, so I'm like the uncle daddy brother.
Hold on. So you're older than Victor in the play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't tell. Victor still got hair. So
Yeah, he
it
don't.
works.
He don't
So I'm the oldest brother, you know what I mean? So I come in kind of with the, you know how the older brother come in with the law. I ain't playing with y'all. Get it right. I'm a truck driver by day, comedian by night. So it's almost a little based on, you know, a little reality there. You know what I mean? So but it really fits, man. So we got this family thing going on. I'm the big Brady. Yeah.
So, Phil, can you come in and tell us about your role? Yeah, you can go in here because you be doing too much. So, we need, well, you know, I said we need a little bit less, but Phil is just about more than Drew.
Nah,
So-
don't do me like that. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Phil Myers Sr., a.k.a. Can't Knock the Great One. What's happening?
What you got going on, Phil?
So I play the character of Juan on Fighting Thru, and I am struggling with a drug addiction from my pops here, you know. They casted us the same because he light-skinned, I'm light-skinned.
Oh, wow.
He got glasses, I got glasses. You know what I'm saying? So it worked. He looked Puerto Rican, I looked Puerto Rican. So, it worked out, you know. And I am struggling with a drug addiction that I am trying to get over.
What type of drug are you using?
All drugs.
Okay.
I like them all. I mean, you know, the booger sugar, I like it all, you know.
Okay. So, you know, can you tell me how that made you feel as a character, being a father, and then you were struggling with that before, right? And then your son is now struggling with that. How does that work together, and how did that make you feel as a character in this show, in this play?
I really was disappointed in myself because I introduced him to the drug
Oh,
in some kind of way.
okay.
And to see him going through what I went through, which that is not a good thing for him because he has so much talent. And my oldest brother and us, we kind of like wanted to see good things for him. To see him go backwards really, you know, that's devastated me.
Yeah, he devastates me too.
So,
I'm just playing. I'm just
I know
playing,
you
Phil.
ain't talking, kid. Don't get me started acting crazy up
I'm
here.
just playing, Phil. But before where's the fourth person?
He's not.
Oh.
You want to be him?
Okay, and his name is Hubert. He comes in, he's the middle son.
Okay, so can someone tell us about Hubert?
tight with his money.
Yeah. He
so-
uppity.
Self-centered.
He uppity.
Oh, that's why he's not here today. He's too good to come on
He
T-Time.
uppity, he bougie, he's in politics, so,
Okay.
he tight with his money, he don't want
like to smell a roach.
he don't, man, he don't. And the thing of it is, he from the hood just like us,
Okay.
but he got out the hood and he just forgot about us, you know what I'm saying? He don't want McDonald's no more, he only want Chick-fil-A. A lot of different stuff like that, so,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. T.I.
Tim Curry.
So, Tim Curry. Okay, the fourth person is played by.
Jim Carrey? What did you say, Jim Carrey?
I said Tim Curry.
Oh, Tim Curry. I thought you said Jim Carrey. I was like, we doing numbers.
No.
We got him.
So, Drew, let me ask you, how does it
Exercise.
feel with you playing the bigger brother out of everybody?
Well, like I'm just by default, I'm the bigger brother.
Hey, you hear how she trying to throw shade?
Yeah, I am the bigger brother. That's
She
all
could have
right.
said older brother. She said, how does it feel to be the bigger brother?
Yeah.
You get that?
Yeah, she tried it, bro.
I heard.
That's okay though. That's all right. Let's see. How does it feel to play the bigger brother? I mean, it's cool. I think in real life I play a big brother in a lot of different capacities, right? So
Absolutely.
It just kind of fits.
Yeah.
But it's dope. I mean, the play is very dynamic. I just reading the script from the beginning, I was just like, wow, this is dope. And then the revisions. So we probably had a couple revisions, and even in the revisions, it's just gotten better and better and better. You hear Barbara, she's just like, hey, God spoke to me, and and you're like, yeah, God spoke, sister.
Yeah.
So,
And you could truly tell.
yeah.
You could truly tell with Miss Barb and Highway Productions about the time and energy and God's word being put into this play.
Yeah.
Reason being is because as men, especially in today's day in society, we deal with a lot of different issues. We deal with a lot of different aspects of life.
Right.
And the last thing you hear about is God. It's so few far in between. The Word of God, the Bible as a whole is kind of like mocked now.
Yeah.
And people don't take it serious. There are people that truly do look out, reach for God. They look for that guidance.
Right.
The Bible says, lean not on your own understanding, look to God's. But sometimes, how do we look for God's understanding if we don't know who God is?
True.
All right, come
So
on, preach
don't.
then.
No. I like my pork. We're not gonna go into that, but no, I ain't destined for preaching. But as I know my word, and the fact of the matter is, it's like when you look at a lot of the aspects and issues that we deal with, not only as men but African American men, it's a struggle. It's a struggle.
Right.
And I think that's one of the most passionate things about this play, because with the character I play as Juan, issues with my father. How many African American men have those issues now?
Right.
Very
true.
I look to my uncle as more like dad as opposed to my dad.
Yeah.
How many African American males have that issue now? I got an uncle that I don't deal with, rock with, don't care for me at all. Again, how many African American males have that issue in today's society?
Yeah.
So it brings a lot of that to the forefront. That is somebody's life.
Yeah.
That is somebody's struggle. That is somebody's thorn, cross to bear. In that, we're shining a light on some of these things.
Come on now.
And yeah, I could call my brother all day, and yeah, what's he gonna do? Talk to me. At the end of the day, the one thing that we need, be it to get clean, to build a relationship, to do right, you need God.
Right.
You need God.
Yeah. I agree.
I do too.
So, Drew, let me ask you this, because, as you're, I know that you're a man of
This is
God.
my first time on TV.
Being a man of God, there will be trials and things that you go through in life. It's not always easy. There will be shortcomings, relationship issues, and just like it is in this play. So let me ask you, have you ever been to a point in your life where you kind of were upset with the way your life was going, and then you kind of blamed God for that? And if so, how do you get through those moments, and how would you encourage someone else?
That's really good question. I have been to one of those points where I blamed God for where I was at, and what I was going through, and not realizing. But at the same time of blaming God, I was still seeking God, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I was mad at Him, and I think that's the point that we lose when we look at the church kind of versus the relationship with God type thing. We're taught religiously that you just always have to have this one type of relationship with God, right? But the truth of the matter is that we're in a relationship with God. And have you ever been in a relationship with someone? You're going to go through times where you're happy, where you're sad, where you're mad. Because let me tell you about God. God is molding us in this thing called life. He's taking us to the finish line. And as we go to that finish line, we go through different things. And He has to do different things to continue to mold us and make us and shape us into what He wants us, to that end creature, right? To that place of perfection that He's trying to take us, right? I'm not no preacher by any means. So there are going to be moments that I'm happy with what God is doing or what God is letting happen with my life. There are going to be moments where we deal with tragedy, and there's going to be sadness and hurt and pain, and we're going to go through it. And there are going to be moments that I'm mad, right? Yeah. And when we look at the relationship with God as Father, how many times have you been mad at your father? How many times has your father, or we'll say your parent, has come and made you happy, and how many times have they made you sad because they might have shut something down that you thought was going down? You know what I mean? So in those times, you have to be mad or whatever emotion it is, but still remember that God, you're my way out. No matter what. So in the situation I was going through, I had to remember that God was my way out. And let me tell you what happened. In blaming Him and in seeking Him through the blaming, He showed me that the place that I was at had nothing to do with Him. It's because I was doing some things on my own.
Right.
And I got the result that I was supposed to get for doing it on my own and not seeking Him to get what I was supposed to get.
Okay. I love that. Can we get some hearts?
I almost joined this church. Like, say, sign me up for membership.
You the deacon.
Miss Barbara, you have a really good cast of men here, I can tell. So I'm going to excuse the two of you, please, for a moment. I want to bring
When do we
Brianna.
get to talk about women?
That's not what this show is about. This is all male cast. And then, Victor, could you come back for a moment?
Okay.
Yeah. So, Victor, you worked here. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were here already. So, Victor, you have been doing this play. Did you know Phil or Drew or the other male before you started working with them?
No.
No? Okay, so all these people are new to you, right?
Right, this is new to me too.
Okay, and so working with the all-male cast, is this your first time acting?
No, it's been about 3 years with Highway Production.
Oh, 3 years.
Yeah, supporting cast.
Okay.
Now they got me sticking out, so.
So tell me about your experience working with all these men, because I know Miss Barbara, I think it was Miss Barbara or Miss Flo was talking about, the dynamics of all the men coming together, and how they like to shade us women. So we just need to know and hear from you all, what was it like working? I know it's not always smiles, but, it's not always hard times either. So tell us about that.
A lot of good times. I mean, I'm learning from each one of them.
Okay.
I mean, they bring variety of different things. Like Drew, he's, he make you laugh. Also, my son, Phil.
See, he ain't even paying attention.
So,
he a bad kid.
He also a comedian too, so I'm kind of feeding off of them, really, to be honest with you.
Okay, so it was good vibes working with them?
Oh, all the time.
So everything just kind of flowed together?
Yes, even the writers,
So how is it working with women being a man? How is that experience?
I don't look at it that way.
Okay, all right.
I always got one goal, so.
Okay, well that's good, because sometimes in the workforce, sometimes it's harder for men to take direction from women. So, and I know you have a cast of a woman writer and a woman director. So, and then And what are you?
I'm the stage manager. I'm helping out this time.
Okay, so you know what? I like this. The roles have flipped and flopped, okay?
She did act last time.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? So you're an
Yeah.
actress too?
Yeah, I'm also a writer. I actually have a book out. It's
Okay.
called Whispers of Redemption.
Oh.
It's on my website, BriannaMayette.com.
Shout out to you.
Get it on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, whatever bookstore.
How do you
That
spell
website.
your last name?
Well, that's my middle name.
Oh, your middle name. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's Myett. My
Okay.
first name is spelled Bryonna.
Girl, you gotta spell that out so people know. I'll be spelling a whole nother name.
Yeah.
I'll be buying somebody else's book. So, how do you like your role in the plays?
Actually, I like it. I like helping out. I also like acting. I love writing.
Mm-hmm.
My first time acting was the last play.
Okay.
That was Where Is Your Faith?
Okay.
And I played a character by the name of Selena. She was best friends with Baritha,
Mm-hmm.
but had an affair with her husband.
So this play sounds juicy.
Yeah, it was juicy. So yeah, but other than that, I like coming here because not only we act, we fellowship, and you get something out of it.
That's
you know?
awesome.
So yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you want to share about the play? Because after this, we're going to have them get ready to do their skit.
Okay. Other than that, actually, before I started acting, I was going to the plays.
Okay.
Because I'm related to Tim Curry. We're distant cousins.
Okay.
So he's always sell me a ticket, and I always go and support him. And I said, well, you know what? I might as well just sign up and see where it takes me.
Okay. And how did you get connected with Miss Barbara and Highway Productions?
Well, I was introduced by Reverend Johnson, Mount Zion Church.
Okay.
So he told me to give it a try, and I've been here ever since.
Really? That's amazing. Well, I'm glad to have you all here, and I'm glad you are able to come and introduce yourselves.
Oh.
But right now, we kind of want to shift gears, and I know that you and Big Drew, have a scene, right?
Yes.
And you guys are going to act it out. So if y'all want to see a sneak peek of the play, tune in, share this live. Thank you all for who are here. You all can go over there and get
Thank
ready.
you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Marcus, Antonio, Nicole. Thank you all for tuning in. Please share this live. Drew has, what is this, Drew?
That's the link to her book, if you can click it.
Okay, I'm gonna pin the link to Brianna's book. So if you're interested in purchasing her book, you can click on the link. So are you all ready?
No.
No? Okay, let us know when you're ready.
Can you see this stuff?
So what's happening now is Victor and Drew are preparing to do a scene from the play. So it'll be
This is a live rehearsal. We rehearse.
So they're gonna get ready. So here we go, sneak peek. Share this live, y'all.
To be or not to be.
That is not in that play.
You ready? Yeah, you killed our father! I'm just getting my acting chops off.
Okay.
All right, can you see? All right, is that clear? How you guys see it? You guys looking at it? It's looking good? All right. See. Okay, Moo. Now that they're gone, let's talk for real, man. You've been blowing up my phone for 2 days, not talking about nothing. Talk.
I've been feeling really down lately.
Okay.
I've been thinking about Mama and Daddy and how they raised us. They did a good job raising us.
They did.
You, Rich, you did a good job carrying on, picking up and carrying on. When they passed, Rich.
That's true. Thanks for the compliment, bro. Real talk. You are feeling down. What's bothering you so much that's got you thinking about Mom and Pop?
They was good parents. They did a good job raising us.
Mm-hmm.
They left a good example for you to follow with me and you. It's not your fault we weren't listening as we got older.
But that's ancient news, man. What's the problem?
Rich, I'm a lousy parent. I want to be a good parent to Juan, like you were to us.
You are.
But now, my son is in a rehab center because I got him hooked on drugs. How many parents do you know make an addict out of their child?
No, what are you talking about? What drugs? Juan isn't on any drugs, man. Listen, I would know if he was on drugs.
Yes, he is on drugs. He got started on mine. You didn't know because remember, you was gone for about a year on your West Coast trip.
You're wrong, Moo. He's not on any drugs. Not Juan. What are you trying to say? Hubie got him hooked? Man, I will beat him into an inch of his life. Juan is going places, man. He's got too much talent to be stuck here.
As much as I would like to blame Juan, I can't. As I said earlier, I got Juan hooked on drugs.
You really did. What's wrong with you, man? What kind of...
I know that's messed up, Reg. I know that's messed up. Don't you think I asked myself the same thing? I asked Hubert to lend me some money to help keep him in treatment. He said Ace should have known about lending me the money. I know it's his money, Reg, but I'll pay him back. I get 5 jobs if I have to pay him back. I have to get him well.
Hubert, what are you talking about? What did Hubie do?
Did you hear me? He said no. He was not about to loan us any money. He always known we was ghetto with a capital G.
Man, what's wrong with that brother? Doesn't he know that if you're ghetto, then there's a little ghetto in him also? What? He must think he's better than us because they're pumping and priming him to be some state senator.
I don't know, man. That's your...
Move! We are blood! We gotta stick together, man.
Yeah.
Well, check it out. I gotta go, man. I can't take this. I'm about to go holler at Hubie. He lost his mind.
I will get the money to help Juan. I will. I will. Even means selling drugs again. Forget Hubie this upping mentality. Ghetto? Yeah, right. He gonna make me show up ghetto.
And see.
That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Miss Barbara and Flo, can I have you all? You all did a great job. Y'all did better than me because I would have been laughing.
Is that enough for y'all not to buy the movie?
That was so funny. Oh, that was amazing. So who kind of like instructs them to give that type of emotion, or is it natural?
Both of us.
Okay, you too.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And a lot
Shout
of
out to
times,
y'all.
as she do the writing, she'll put down the emotion she wants
Okay.
portrayed. So
Okay.
they'll know, okay, on that one, we want it sad, we want it, you know. So she has it on there also. But a lot of times, if they don't read that, then as they're going over the play, one of us will say, okay, you're not giving us the emotion we need. Come on, bring it out. And so,
Awesome. So tell us where we can kind of get tickets to this play, where it's at, the prices, all the good stuff.
Okay, Flo?
okay, well, we have flyers out. On my Facebook, I have a flyer, or you can call one of us at the number here. We have, oh, you can see the flyer here? Okay. But I don't know if you can see the number. The numbers there is 770.
Sorry.
That's
Okay. 355-6871. It's the phone number you can call. If we don't pick up, just leave a message letting us know that you are interested in purchasing tickets. The tickets are $50, which includes the live production as well as dinner. And the dinner is, oh, I'm sorry, someone said a good dinner, okay? And it is going to be a buffet. So
So
hopefully
what kind
you
of
can
food
come
y'all
out.
having? Because, you know, I like to eat, too. I need some good food.
Well, we normally have 2 meats. I think this time it's going to be chicken marsala and roast beef.
Okay.
And then we'll have like the various sides and the desserts and things like that. And a lot of the people that came to the last one, like Brianna's father, he was like, ooh, I really ate. This was good. This was good. So the food is really good. It's going to be at Illinois Beach State
Okay.
Park. So hopefully you all can come on out. The title of the play again is Fighting Thru, and we're going to have a great time.
Awesome.
We have a great time.
So is this a one-time play, or will you all, you know, do the play again? Is it traveling? What's going on?
A lot of times what we try to do is see, usually it's a one-time. When we started,
Okay.
it's a one-time play.
Mm-hmm.
But as with the last play, we had such such a shout out for it.
Yes.
Afterwards, they wanted to come, but we didn't make arrangements. So this time, if enough of you all want to come again, because we had people last time that had paid for the dinner theater and wanted to come again,
Yes.
then we were going to check and see if we could have it at our church.
Okay.
But it's only if we have enough. Other than that, it's one time.
Okay, so is this a recording, or
No, we normally don't record it.
Yes,
Okay.
just
So it's
live.
just a one-time live.
so if you miss it, you just miss out.
That's right. You just
Yes,
missed it.
yes, but hopefully you can
Yeah.
come, but if not, you know, like we said, we will try to have it at our church, which is
Okay.
Christian Valley. I want to give a shout out to Christian Valley with
Yes.
our new appointed pastor, Pastor Anthony Morgan.
Okay. So do you ever intend on recording your stuff? Do you ever intend on doing script writing?
I don't know about the script writing, but yes, I do intend to record.
Okay.
But not right now, because right now we're still small. You know, you're trying to build.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm telling you, you are. You know, and you're trying to build it up in order to, because my goal, my vision, is to have our own building, so that we can do our own dinner theater, and so that when these shows are, these plays are fantastic like this, they can do it for the whole month. That way, we're able to catch people. Whereas right now, with trying to pay for each and every play, we're only able to do it one time.
Okay.
So, you know, that's my vision, to be able to have it, you know, oh God, I lost my train of thought.
Traveling, also
Thank
to
you,
carry on
travel,
for a whole
right.
month, yes.
Yeah. Because I would like to, if God grants me that wish, to hook up my 2 casts and then take it on the road. At least we can go to Atlanta, where we started out at,
Yeah.
and then put it on down there and up here. So I see it coming. It's just a matter. Eventually, we're going to have it there.
I believe it. I believe it. So,
Come on, Tyler.
uh-oh. Wait, is Tyler one of your favorites?
In a sense, because he kind of got me started knowing where he came from, living in a car. Now, I haven't had to do that, Tyler. But, you know, that's stuff that I really, looking at him, I would like to get him to come see one of my plays. I'd like to have him give me some pointers on what I can and can't do, or what I should and shouldn't do.
Tyler Perry, you got people that need you, so we need you to reach out because I need you too. We all need you, TP.
That's right. Okay.
So is there anything else that you want to share before we wrap up?
No, I think basically that was it.
Okay.
We just want them to come on out. You're going to have a glorious time in the Lord. You fellowship. It's a one-time stop. So if you want to take your mom or your dad out for birthdays, your girlfriend, you get there, you park. You don't have to go no place. You get dinner and a nice production. So I think you'll really enjoy yourselves.
Okay. And how often do you have your plays? Different plays?
We do twice. We do 2 times a year.
Okay.
Like the plays for next year now are already scheduled. Hadn't even told you all that yet. They're scheduled in April and December of next year. So what we always do is tell everybody they can mark their calendars, because we are developing a following. Thanks be to God.
Yes.
That they
Alright.
come. Usually we haven't lost anybody. If you once come, we got you hooked.
Yes.
Okay.
So at least come and then come back. Also, if anyone is interested in acting out there, please call that number.
So I'm gonna have to call his number because
Okay.
I'm a star. No,
Okay,
no, but it really seems interesting, and I do like to act on my own, but not. I've never been invited.
Shadow acting.
I'm just a little extra sometimes. It's all.
Oh, great, okay, good.
Yeah.
All
Yes,
the time.
definitely.
Okay.
All the time.
Well, I mean, look who I hang around. So I mean, it's natural.
Okay.
You know what?
Just petty or extra.
Do you want to talk? You got something else to say? No. Does anyone else have anything to say before we wrap up? Any shout outs where people can follow you? Anything? Anybody? Okay.
Oh, can I say one more thing? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We didn't put it out there, but if you all come to this play, there is a little bit of a surprise entertainment, so to speak, in addition to acting from Big Drew, that you all might find interesting. So hopefully you all will come out and support us.
And this is a faith-based play, so don't expect any other type of entertainment.
This
just
is
for
true.
those.
Thank you, thank you.
Gangster rap.
No trap music, no twerk
Okay.
songs.
Right.
Sacrifice Christ.
No, it's all faith Christian based.
That's right.
So one of the things that I wanted to say, this production as a whole, Fighting Thru, I definitely want people to come out and support, because again, this is a very move came with that. So my brother can get ahead.
Sit next to Phil.
Right.
That's cool.
But this move came on that. This is a very prominent real to life play. The situations and circumstances that the 4 of us deal with in this play, everybody can relate to, has touched everybody's life in some way, shape, form, or another. We know people that have addictions. It may not be drugs. It could be to sex. It could be to alcohol. It could be to so many other things. It's about all that and more. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely want people to come out and support. You never know how this can change somebody's life.
Right.
You know, so we definitely want everybody's support. Definitely come out. What was you gonna say, Drew?
You said everything, man. But what I wanted to do, I didn't get a chance to do this before. Just thank Barbara and thank Flo. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Kema. Okay.
They are awesome. And I just want to say, like, when I first started working with them last year, I think the thing that kept me was their spirits and their attitudes.
Absolutely.
They are some of the most caring women. And I want to say this, they're some of the most caring people of God
Yes.
that I have ever run into. I mean, they are so caring, understanding, loving, that it made me question myself and my attitude. I'm being very serious to you. When you're talking about how we're supposed to welcome people and really love on people and not judge people, they are that. You know, so it's a testament to what we're going to produce on this stage.
Yeah.
I know God is using them, and like everything that Phil was saying, it is totally true. And you know, I think it is the total vision that Barbara has for this, is that God be able to come and move in this building while we're on that stage acting.
Yeah.
So that's all I had to say. Thank y'all, and we love y'all so much.
And one other thing, because I want to piggyback off of what Drew was saying as well. When Drew reached out to me to be a part of the play, I was like, I don't know. I was kind of on the fence. And he was like, no, bro, like, I'm telling you, these are some God-fearing women. He was like, they like grannies, like, they feel like grandma. And no, not trying to be funny, but he was like, you know how, like, grandma make you feel. You know how your granny make you feel. And I was like, word? I was like, okay. And then I remember my first conversation with Miss Barbara, because me and her played phone tag for a little bit. And when we actually talked, it was like, man, oh, that do feel like my granny a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And before I had even signed on, I knew very little about the play. When I actually read through the script and we went through it, and it was just kind of boom, 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 boom. It was like, so where do I sign up? Like, you want my name like right here? Okay.
He really did.
You know, because again, it's this isn't something that's brought to the forefront. This isn't something that's talked about. It's almost kind of taboo. Like, we know it goes on, but we don't want to speak on it.
Right.
You know, so for these women to be putting on a production like this, you got me sold.
Awesome.
So yeah, thank you, Kema,
No
for
problem.
taking time out
Thank you
of your
all.
schedule for making time.
Let's add one more thing too. I have to give a shout out. I hate that Tim Curry could not be here, because usually he is one of my leads. Tim is really he's a great actor, so I have to give him that shout out. I wish he was here, but you all have to come and see, because God gave me 4 phenomenal men. And so please come out and support. And then you'll feel the same way we do. It's great, okay? And I do want to thank Kema. I thank her for caring enough to have us on. Nervous and everything, people, for real. But I do thank her for so much. So thank you all.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Did you have any last words?
No.
No? Okay.
Come sing.
Well, let me ask you one more question. So how long is the play?
Okay, with the singing, because we do have the singing and
Okay.
the surprise part that's in there, technically should be about an hour and a half,
Okay.
maybe hour 40, no more than an hour and 45 minutes.
Okay, so if you need babysitters, here's a roundabout time to,
And
make
it's
sure.
at 5:30, because I don't know if we told you all that. It's at 5:30 at Illinois Beach State. It's a hotel now, they keep telling us, instead of the beach.
Okay.
But 5:30, normally we've been blessed to always get people out. We'll get you out within 3 hours.
Okay.
Usually the last time they didn't want to go. So we was like, y'all, we're finished. Y'all got to go. We got to clean up. Y'all got to go. But within 3 hours, you're out. So no later than about 8:30. We have to, because we have to make church the next day.
Okay. Is there a meet and greet with the cast afterwards?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have a photographer, or they can just take pictures with their
They
phones or
can
whatever?
take pictures with their phones.
Yeah, pretty
The
much
only thing
both.
we have to do not take pictures of the play.
Okay. Okay, so again, there was a little snippet in here, so if you missed it, go ahead and rewatch this live, share this live. If you want to see the play, make sure that you get there because there is no other recordings, and it may or may not be a second viewing, an encore. So make sure you purchase your tickets. You can reach out to Miss Barbara, you can reach out to Miss Flo, you can reach out to any of the cast members, and they can help you with getting tickets. It is a dinner and a play, so come with your appetites and be prepared for a wonderful time and be ready for an experience, because from what I gather, that's what this is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I want to thank each and every one of you all for coming to Tea Time. It was wonderful having you all here. Each and every one of you, I am excited. I wish you well in your future. I know that you will do well.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, so tune in to Tea Time tonight at 7 o'clock. I have Miss Shauna White. She will be here all the way from the A, so make sure you all tune in. And again, share this live. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
All right, thanks.